We got Ian Heinisch back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Brendan Allen coming up here November 7th at UFC Fight Night. Live from an RV right now. Ian, how's it going, man?
It's going great, man. Just getting ready to go train again and just feeling real good. Just came back to Colorado for the last 3 weeks of my camp of training and just getting that high-altitude training, getting that one-on-one attention from Coach Jake out here at Genesis, and feeling good, man. Feeling tuned and primed and ready for the challenge.
Excellent. Well, let's start first with training camp in Las Vegas at Xtreme Couture. What was the connection there? How did you end up training out there?
I just kind of felt like, I was supposed to be going to Thailand, and then, COVID hits, borders locked off, and I just felt like, I might as well go out to the fight Mecca. I got that injury as well, so I wanted to get that, taken care of by the PT team at the UFC PI. Shout out to Heather and Bobby and Tara and all them for helping me. And so I went out to Vegas, and my connection with Eric from Xtreme Couture is Coach Eric actually was out in London, and we had all these issues with my visa entering the country because I was banned from the EU, which the EU is part of the UK, for 5 years. So my fight was in the air when I was going to fight Tom Breeze. And in the end, Mark ended up committing to something else because my fight was so in the air till like 2 weeks out. And so I was out there with and didn't have anyone to hold pads for a day. And Coach Eric, actually, Dustin Jacoby knew him very well. And just, hey, can you hold free? And we held pads. And that's just kind of how that got my foot in the door at Xtreme Couture, and hit him up, and had my manager, Jason House, hit him up and let him know I was in town. And went to the gym, man, and the rest is history.
Who'd you get to work with out there? It's quite the crew, variety of different fighters out there at Xtreme.
Yeah, all different people from like Puna to, I got to train with Ali's group a little bit, which some of the Russians, Ramazan, and these up-and-coming guys, Roman, big 205er from Georgia, and Nate Marquardt actually joined me out there. He's supposed to be going to Thailand as well, and a lot of guys, Montel, Ty, all different guys from Bellator to UFC to up and coming. So it was a great variety. It was really good to get all these different looks, different bodies, and I feel good, man.
That's awesome. Glad to hear it all worked out really well. You referenced the injury there. What exactly happened? Because you and Brennan were supposed to fight in June. I know it was an injury that took you out. Was it a knee injury? I was trying to remember what it was.
Yeah, it was a grade 3 tear on my knee. Luckily, didn't need surgery, just rehabbed. And, it's fully healed. It's been healed for a while now and feeling good. I would have took a fight a month ago, but Brendan Allen needed his face to heal, I guess. And so, I'm out here. I've been training with Grant Neal. I'm excited I'm going to train with Neil Magny next week just because he's a good look for me. And if he ends up fighting Kamazat, I'm a decent look for that. And, it's good, man. Just getting that private attention, staying finely tuned, and getting ready for battle.
That's awesome to hear. I actually just spoke to Neil this morning. Apparently that contract with Hamzat's not there yet, but obviously he's game to fight. I'd like to see that one happen, but we'll see what ends up happening there. So let's talk about Brendan Allen. How do you feel like you match up against him in this fight? We know him for his ground game, but he's got some pretty decent stand-up as well.
I honestly just feel I'm on a different level. I'm going to show him what it's like to feel a top 15 middleweight. I remember what it was like fighting. I fought a top 15 right off the bat, my second fight, but there's just a level difference. I felt that my last fight until now. Just the mission's the same, man. I'm just so focused on the mission right now. I know he's going to be a tough challenge. I feel like I'm better strike, I'm better clinch, and I'm better on the ground. So honestly, I just feel like I'm going to, run through him, and I know he's a worthy opponent. He's hungry. But there's levels to this, and I feel like someday he could get to that level, but right now he needs to take that lesson and grow from it. And I've already taken my lessons, and I'm ready to move to the next level.
It seems like Brendan doesn't really like you. I don't know why. You don't seem like that much of a guy that people would not like. But is there any animosity on your side, or is it just business on November 7th?
It's just business, man. I mean, he's talking, but then I see him at the we had some words and exchanged in LFA, and now we're in the UFC, and he just doesn't seem to like me. When when I fought Mearshart and knocked him out, Allen took off out of the cage. I didn't even see him. He didn't even, give the respect of congratulating, the fighter. But, it is what it is, man. He's got to hype himself up. He's got to try to do what he can do to bring that energy. And if that's what he's got to do, that's fine. I don't need to do that. I know what I'm capable of. I'm comfortable in that cage. It's truly the Hurricane 2.0 this year. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue on to the next. And I'm just excited. I didn't get to showcase much of my new skills, and maybe this fight I will, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just get to a quick finish.
How's the weight cut going ahead of this fight?
Oh, the weight's always good, man. You know me, I don't fluctuate too much. I've kind of been cutting out sugar for a little while.
I was going to ask you about that. That's always something we talk about on these interviews. How long has it been since you haven't had sugar?
So, actually, I do a little bit of sugar now, but for the most part, completely paleo. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I do a little bit of sugar, I do like liquid IV, and that has sugar in it. And because you need a little bit of sugar to help with the rehydration process, to help with glucose levels. But with me, I'm a very addictive person. So if I start having a dessert at night, like ice cream and cake, I'm going to want that every single night. And next thing you know, I'm going to want to eat it for lunch. And then next thing you know, I'm going to eat it for breakfast. So I just have to really monitor myself. So I just, every now and then, like if I eat a dessert, I can't eat nothing for like a week. So I've kind of found a fine line of not just completely cutting it out and just torturing myself, but also finding that spot where I'm not getting addicted to sugar, which happens very easily with me.
Okay. I like the honesty, though. I mean, yeah, everyone's different when it comes to different foods and things like that. Here's the big question. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight? Because obviously you've done like sort of a split camp here.
Yeah, so Jacob Ramos is going to be my head coach from Genesis, and then I'm going to have Eric from Xtreme. He's going to be in my corner as well, and then I'm bringing along Nate Marquardt as well.
Excellent. That'll be good to have. How's the fight playing out on November 7th?
I feel like I'm going to finish him in the first 2 minutes or it's the third round.
Okay. I
feel
that.
Like either I'm going to catch him early. He likes to rush. I feel like I catch him early. And if not, I feel like I can wear him down with my scrambles and finish him late in the fight.
You're coming off a really, impressive knockout victory. A win over Brendan Allen, where does that situate you, in the division, in your opinion?
Yeah, so, I mean, I've had these guys that are up and coming. Mearshart was on a tear. I've stopped him. I'm going to stop Brendan Allen. And, I want to fight Kamazat. If he needs a fight, like, he keeps acting like no one wants to fight him. I told him I'd fight him. Even if they want to double book me, I'll fight him this weekend, tomorrow. Like, I love the challenge, man. I love those Russians, I did it when I was 13 years old. Growing up, I was only American to win the tournament in Moscow in wrestling, and I did it in Thailand and Xtreme Couture. They have those guys. I like their mentality. It's a challenge I want to accept. So I would like to fight him, and if he's not available, then I want to fight someone who's ranked. I want to climb that ranking, whether it's Vettori or whoever.
Okay. I like the attitude there. We just had Israel Adesanya get his win over Paulo Costa. What did you think of his performance? Because a lot of people were picking Costa to knock him out, but Izzy, I thought, had a pretty flawless game plan.
Yeah, I feel like Costa really beat himself. I'm not saying that Israel didn't have an amazing performance, but the guy's going in there throwing kicks. Like, where's your hands, bro? Like, you could just see it. It was just... he just froze, and a lot of that had to do with the movement and all the talk and all the pressure and all the hype. And so I feel like Izzy had a great performance, but I feel like Costa had his worst performance.
What did you think of the antics during the fight and after the fight with Adesanya kind of riding Costa and saying all the stuff he did? Do you think that's entertaining, or did you think it was disrespectful?
I mean, it's super disrespectful. If someone does that to me, I mean, I might meet you in the parking lot. Like, I mean, it's super disrespectful to do that to someone. And it was just weird how, like, Costa kept, like, trying to, like, be, like, showboat. Like, bro, you're getting, like, beat down. He's calf kicking. You're not checking kicks, and you're trying to, like, act like it doesn't hurt. It was just, he was not mentally there. And I think those antics were, both sides were kind of, a little overboard.
What did you think of Chris? I don't know if you saw Chris Weidman says that he thinks he's a bad style matchup for Izzy. He's talking about fighting guys in the top 5. Did you watch Weidman's last fight? Because you both fought Akhmedov, and a lot of people were, good for Chris getting the win, but a lot of people didn't feel it was the type of win that should get him back in that title picture.
Yeah, well Akhmedov's a really awkward fighter. He's so awkward. Like when you watch him hit pads, you're like, oh, smoke that dude in the striking, but he just like ducks and overhand. Like he's very like tight, but like very awkward. So Chris had a good game plan of wrestling because he gets tired. And that's what he did. He wrestled him. I should have wrestled him more. I started wrestling him at the end, and that's when he started to slow down. I won the third round. So, you know, I feel like Chris, like, slow down, win another fight or two, and then start calling out the champ, you know, because you got a long way to go. I mean, Akhmedov's not even top 10, and, you know, there's a lot of killers in the top 10 that he needs to go through. I think he had a great game plan, though. And I think he could be back, but we have to see how his chin's going to do, you know.
Before I let you go, you talked about Thailand. I guess you're just wait until the pandemic kind of, you know, dies down a little bit, hopefully. I mean, is that sort of your game plan right now? Like, what's your living situation? Because you are in an RV right now. You were saying that obviously that's part of your camp, but you're just on standby, right, is my understanding.
Yeah, we're just on standby. The house we own is rented out for the next year, which is fine. We were staying at Airbnb in Vegas, and yeah, we're just in standby. We're in limbo right now, just being led by God, and you know, we'll see. After this fight, it'll be kind of hard to leave just because with the holidays coming up, we want to spend with the family. Hopefully, I can get another fight by the end of this year, get a quick turnaround, and take advantage of that. And yeah, 2021, we plan on getting out to Thailand.
Okay, that makes sense. How's your wife holding up with all this? Because I'm sure she was expecting to go to Thailand, and now you guys are stuck in an RV, which, you know, kudos to her. I think it's kind of cool you guys are doing that.
Yeah, no, she's great. She's supporting the heck out of me. And but, yeah, I mean, it's hard for both of us sometimes. We're like, what? You can't look forward to anything because you don't know if it's going to happen because you get let down too many times. We've changed our flight like 5 times. So now we're just kind of just like, neutral about everything, not getting too emotionally invested in one thing, just like, hey, this is what's happening now, this is where we got to go. So we're enjoying the process, man. It's all meant to be. We're getting a lot of road tripping in, we're getting a lot of seeing the countryside, and yeah, it's been great. I mean, she quit her job to move to Thailand, so she's just been helping me out, and we're just focused on winning these fights, and we'll see where the future leads us.
Good for you. Do you own the RV, or are you guys renting it?
We're renting it.
Okay, gotcha. I was going to say, because either way, that's a cool thing to have, regardless, as an RV. It's kind of fun. I don't know. It is. If you know, you know. Yeah, exactly. Ian, always appreciate the time, man. I know you got a million things to do. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, just follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and that is Ian Heinisch MMA. They're the same thing. My Facebook fan page is Ian the Hurricane Heinisch, and my private page is Ian Heinisch. So follow me, tune into my journey. It's an exciting one, and check out all my sponsors on there. I only represent on companies that I truly believe in and that I actually use. So if it's a sponsor of mine, you guarantee I'm using it and it's working for me, or else I would drop them right away. So check them out, check me out, and enjoy the journey. Tune in November 7th. Thank you, James. Appreciate it.